Hey guys, welcome back. So, it's been a while. Haven't really been picking up the camera lately. Lazy, unmotivated, I don't know. But, thought I had an important message I had to share with you guys because it's just that important. So, it's been a week. As far as it's been a crazy week, upsetting week, just a week. Troy's bunny passed away almost a week ago now. So we lost one of the family members, one of our bunnies, Baxter Bunny. But then the other night we were just getting done with dinner, still all kind of sitting at the table. We were going to start playing games as a family, and our carbon monoxide detectors went off. This is where I'm going to tell you guys, if you don't have carbon monoxide detectors, if you haven't checked them recently, if you haven't checked your batteries, if you haven't checked to make sure that they still work, please go get them. They are essential. You need them. Whether you're renting, whether you own a house, it doesn't matter. You need one. At least one. But it went off. At first we thought we might have accidentally hit the button because this was a new one we had not installed yet. We just had the batteries in. And so we hit cancel thinking, okay, we might have just hit the button because it was in a weird spot. It went off again. So we gathered the animals. Luckily they were all in spots we could find them. We knew where the carry cases were for the dog or for the cats. Sent the kids and the animals all to the backyard. We went back there, called 911. Fire department came out, and we had not one but two fairly major leaks. Our stove was leaking from the stove a pretty high amount of carbon, and our water heater connections were also leaking a pretty high amount of carbon gas into the house. If we had not have had those alarms or called 911 and taken it seriously, we all probably would have died that night. Things would have went way differently. So instead we had the headache of fixing everything the next day. We had no hot water, no stove. We had to fix everything, buy what we needed. It's a headache, yes, but it could have been no headache and we could have just all been dead. So please get those carbon monoxide detectors. It's seriously is essential. It saves your life. Please do that. So now past that, past the blah, this sad stuff, this stuff that you don't really want to hear, we're gonna dive into the day. I have a crap ton of stuff that needs to be canned today. I didn't do it yesterday because of dealing with all that stuff, and the day before, well, we lost our stove. So when I was gonna can some of this stuff, I couldn't. So now I gotta relearn a new stove as far as temperatures and stuff to get the boiling water, to keep the pressures up, all that fun stuff. It's just a headache, but it's all good. But I'm still in the process of harvesting from the garden from this morning. I did some harvesting, but I did not finish, and it's starting to die back some. We're hitting the end of our season. We gotta get our fall stuff planted, seed starts, and start cleaning up that front bed for some of the fall plants. So let's go ahead and harvest. I'll show you what the plants are looking like because you guys want to see that, don't you? So let's dive in. Play this. Okras have the prettiest flowers. But we're getting some nice looking okras. It took a while for these things to start yielding, but we're getting them now. So that's always a plus. Ooh, this little plant's finally doing something. This little one hasn't given us anything yet, so that's exciting. But those, and then look at this. That habanero has like taken over with its brother, the tomatillo. So the habaneros looking good. No more red ones at the moment. Orange ones. They're all green, but they're looking good. The tomatillos aren't quite ready, but look how loaded down these branches are. We got lots of them coming, and it's just taken over. The tomatoes in here have seen much better days. This is just all dying. We still have some tomatoes on there, but they're all dying. Now the tomatillos are still like, we can still produce more. It'll be interesting to see how many more we might get from them. The tomatoes, I'm not really seeing too many new productions, so I don't think we're getting new tomatoes, but I could be wrong. I am definitely seeing production of the tomatillos, not so much on the tomatoes, but the tomatillos are kind of fun to grow. I've still got to bag that stuff up too. This is what I had picked this morning. Finally getting green beans. And we got the cucumbers and tomatoes galore. Doing good. But we still had more to pick. So let's go back there. So guys, it's really overgrown back here. That's for sure. Tomatoes are still producing. But as you can see, they're starting to really die back. Getting a lot of brown in there. Not any new tomatoes, just a lot of things getting ripe. Starting to get less and less on the plants, so less to get. Now at the same time, we do have some of them that are producing flowers and wanting to still be active. So we shall see. So I did come through here already earlier. There's still some on the vines. These flowers went nuts, but they're growing and producing flowers, but falling over like no other because they're just too big. Our sunflowers all opened up. Some have already been harvested. As you see, they're starting to fall over. That was the RC track. That's irking Mike pretty badly at the moment. Gotta kind of just pick and choose a spot and hope that you don't kill something. And all too often I know I step on tomatoes when I do that. Our pumpkin, which kind of redeemed itself, like it looks like crap. The corn is drying out nicely. So as I was saying, the pumpkin arch is pathetic looking. It's not pretty at all. It used to be pretty, but I can't tear it out because as you see, through this not so pretty, we do have pumpkins. These are just pie pumpkins, so they won't get huge, but there's a couple pumpkins in there. So it is still wanting to produce. And the new growth is green. It's actually going all along there now. The pumpkins took over. Our zucchini over here is pretty well done for. It's just pretty well done for. These peppers are looking really good. They're producing some good size little peppers. So happy with them. This one kind of got knocked over in the windstorm the other day, but it's still good. This is our second planting of sweet corn. That and this, we planted it in August. I think it was August, like mid-August. And I will tell you that yes, that is successful. You will get corn. You see the little tassels forming now. Starting to get at the corn. We've harvested our first batch of corn. So like you see, this one's a nice looking corn right here. Those ones are a little more mature than these ones, but they are getting corn. I still have to harvest the serranos today and the beans in this corner. These are the serranos and jalapenos. I will say the Three Sisters planting corn and then beans and then having typically like zucchini or something underneath it. We didn't do the zucchini, but I didn't like the two sister method either because I feel like it really messed up the corn. We had some pretty rough fertilization going on, so I don't think I'll be doing that again. Peppers look good though. This is our pickles, and they're, as you see, kind of nearing an end, drying up, dying. Our watermelon is still going. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's technically 5. The one's a real small one. We did get one ripe one off of the vine, and oh my goodness, was it the best watermelon I've ever had. It was that big one that was down there. So good. This used to be so pretty. This side's still pretty green. Now here's a funny. That's tomato. See how it's going up, and it's in the trellis now. Same thing goes here. It's going up, and that's all in the trellis now. That's actually tomato all the way up here. That's over halfway point. They are getting some new babies on those, so we might get some more tomatoes off this one. I did notice when I was on the other side, I could see some red tomatoes. We got our cantaloupe. It is going strong, but dying off. As you see, it's all getting brown. But look how many cantaloupe are hanging on this thing. Those will ripen off the vine, so that's a good thing. Got some pickles or cucumbers still in here growing. That's still pretty green, so we might have a while still. This biggin, that's the last of the sunflowers in this corner that haven't been cut down. Oh wait, no, I got one still here. There's some beans here I gotta check. Some beautiful flowers. But all in all, it's going strong. It's starting to die back. Oh, and fast. I did plant a second planting of zucchini. And we got some little yellow squash going on that plant right there. This one's got some coming up. And as you can see right there is our cabbage that we already harvested from. And you can see it's got new heads. So exciting. But I'm going to finish harvesting stuff out here. Camera wants to die on me. So I'll probably just harvest without you guys. And I'll bring you guys back a little later today.